Hi guys, welcome back to your corporate vlog. We're not going to discuss anything about interviews. This video will be talking about how you decide on which jobs you're going to apply for. There are three thought processes that you can think along the lines of when you're applying for a job. Number one is a needs-based decision. When I first graduated out of college, I didn't have a lot of money, so this was my situation. So if this is your situation, it's easy to look for a job. You don't have to think that much. If you need money, go with the one that can give you the most money and decide on the other factors after that. Your decision is made for you. You need something that pays well. Hey, if you don't have a choice, you don't have to use your brains that much. I can sell my brain pretty high in the pre-loved market because my brains are partially used. The first consideration when it comes to needs-based decision or money is travel. Don't go for a job that takes up too much travel cost and time. You know you have a need that you have to fill, and normally those needs don't match, would take up more of your time and more money. I had a job that had a 3-hour travel time from where I was going to the job and 3 hours going back. Eventually, I was not able to meet the other requirements I had and had to stop that job. So don't do that. Bad experience. The other thing was location. Now, you could go for a higher paying job, but that might entail you to move to a different location to rent. If you're renting, make sure that the rent expense isn't that much higher. You're probably better off moving with another job that pays lower but doesn't require you to rent at a very expensive location. The next decision is a value-based decision, where you don't really worry about a lot of things, your family safe and all of that. More of the affluent viewers there, where you have, money isn't really a thing for you. You have to decide to go with a company that sticks to your values, helps you achieve your goals, right? Helps you fulfill your dreams, your priorities in life. Similar to travel. You want a job that includes travel, right? You want a job that interfaces with children, time with family. You should decide on that company you're going to stay with 5 or 10 years from now. You support their cause. They have the same core values as you. But normally, if you want to take a look at this, you could just look at their site. If they don't have a site, do you really want to apply for a company that isn't technologically inclined? Some people think about those companies that give back. They have CSR efforts. You want to work with somebody like Tesla with solar or with recycling or with wind or with energy. Think about that company you will never regret applying for or never regret not being with. Another thing to consider here is if they do things the same way you do. There's a big bonus if your approaches are the same with theirs. Maybe lastly would be bosses. This is going to be a different topic altogether, but I'm hoping I can discuss to you about bosses because this is a very important thing. There are different approaches to different bosses, and I think it's very important. The third approach can be used in any situation. You're going to move along with the environment. This is deciding based on your environment or what's given. It's basically some sort of mix of looking at supply and demand. My first thesis proposal was about the oversupply of nurses because a lot of people were like technically training a lot of nurses. You take this perspective when you want to take a look at where opportunities lie, but these are usually based on major events in life like big mergers, big acquisitions, buyouts. Also, you can take a look at where there are more people. You might want to look for somewhere where there's higher demand because there's lesser supply in that area, unless you do not take this perspective if you are in a traditional education. So what do I mean by traditional? These are more of engineers, doctors, lawyers, accountants, research. You take this perspective if you are more of the management and more of social sciences and you want to fit into a corporate environment. So to give a more relevant example, if you are a programmer and you're applying for a programming company, you probably are going to get a lot of resistance with getting a programming job. You probably are going to face some stiff competition. Move to where there is more of a demand and less supply. A legal company, for example, will have its weaknesses on the IT side, and an IT company will have its weaknesses on the sales side. Sales organizations, on the other hand, will have weaknesses on the operational or execution side. So, Besides these three, there are some basic things that you should consider. Google all your possibilities, and LinkedIn, of course, do that. Probably do something about writing a resume and as well as doing something for an interview, or how to respond to common interview questions, but maybe in the future, right? Maybe. Another thing you should consider on top of these three is automation. Automation is happening a lot, and you should consider taking jobs that are transactional or can be automated. You might want to shy away from those jobs because those are going to be phased out really soon, or they're not, but they're going to be paid a lot less. So, thank you for watching. If you liked or learned something from this, go ahead and like and subscribe for more content. Want to see you in the next video. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, leave them at the comment sections. I would love them to hear from you. Okay, thank you for watching.